Hello and welcome back to Nepal in the medieval era. We have a very comfortable empire here straddling the mountains and a couple different continents. And we are in another golden age and planning on continuing to make use of monumentality to expand quickly, improve our lands, and build up strong infrastructure in the mountains and the lowlands alike. On the foreign front, last time, the Aztecs disappeared as an independent entity and have been conquered by both Nubia and Rome. And my long-term goal is to maybe have something to say about that. But the short term is still just to expand out here onto this peninsula and continue consolidating this northern area, as well as hopefully getting a city down here in this mountain valley before America does. All right, now this trade route from Lahana is finished, and I think we still have Kumasi. Yes, we still are suzerain of Kumasi, meaning trading with city-states is much better than usual, especially if we send our trade routes from cities with a number of specialty districts. So at the moment, our highest population city is actually Lahana. I'd like it to be Gorkha. Oh, also I would like to send it from Gorkha, not also because I'm going to be getting the educator there. So any culture I get from a trade route will be multiplied. So I am going to send my trader from Gorkha and then send it to a city-state. At the end of our last episode, our last action of the classical era was levying Geneva city-states. And that was just to get us a bit of era score. But I think we might as well use them. Maybe bring them over here to clear out the barbarians in the northwest. And then who knows what we'll do with them from there. And we'll keep exploring with our scouts, filling in the last empty spaces on the map. I really haven't explored much of Greece at all. So I want to bring my scout up there for sure. As for our government, we've got natural philosophy in for quite a bit of extra science and scripture for a little bit of faith. I'd like to get aesthetics, I believe it's called. Aesthetics, yeah, which gives us the 100% theater square district adjacency bonuses, assuming that that works with our Garhs. All right, here's the World Congress. First World Congress. We don't have a ton of Diplo favor, but I would like to get these to get a little bit, a few diplomatic points. Every diplomatic point counts if you're going for a Diplo victory. So I would really like to get this for myself. So I'm going to put in my Diplo favor for that. To get the culture bombs for Nepal, that would be great. Now this one, the patronage, is a bit more difficult. I don't know kind of the cheat or anything for that to know which one goes through. Generally no points. The B option goes through, but I'm not sure which one that will be. Let's see. Maybe it's something that no one's really getting. So like no one's going for merchants, but yeah, I'm going to say merchants just because I think that's possible. I don't want that to be true, but I think it's a possible choice for the AI. So let's see what happens. No, it went to Great Admirals, but we did get the border control treaty. So now every district we build will culture bomb. That includes claiming tiles from other civilizations. Now I do have to apologize. Last time when I was looking at placing my campus in Lahana, and I decided against putting it in this spot here, I put it there. What I did not realize at the time is that there's another +5, beautiful +5 campus spot right here to the south with these two geothermal fissures. However, I could actually put another city right there. I had not realized that there is a slot for another city there. So if I put a city there, I could get the campus, the +5 campus in that spot. That would be worthwhile. And we do have a special session of the World Congress about to meet. Very interesting. Unfortunately, I just spent all my Diplo favor. But so has pretty much everyone else. I'm curious to see what that's about. if that's about the Aztecs, that would be something that I might want to get involved with. Okay, now we have our trader from the capital. I want to send it out for maximum gold and culture. This is pretty good, 5-5, and we would get an envoy in Zanzibar. So let's do that. Not to mention, we will build a road here. Connect Gorkha to Kalaya. And there's the feudalism boost. We now have 6 farms in our empire, so that will increase, speed up our acquisition of feudalism, and the most powerful card of serfdom, which we give all our newly trade builders 2 extra build actions. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and settle this city right here. If we have a look at the range of the city, it would be able to work all the tiles within that range. Now, if I move it 1 south, I would be able to get potentially the gypsum there in the south, but that's probably going to go to Granada anyway. Also, looking at Garh placement, like this would be a beautiful Garh, but I can't put it next to the capital. So if I settle in place, I couldn't put the Garh there. I could put it here though. That would be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be pretty good as well. That's just as good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and settle right there. Get the city now. And I do want to make sure I buy this tile soon, but let's get the diamonds going. I just improved this gypsum, which is good. We have diamonds from Geneva, and we're getting truffles from Kumasi. Yes. But we still have a very low luxury start here. My people are going to settle where they please. I'm sorry, America. That's just how it is. America is in a normal age. I'm in a golden age. Okay, here's the special session. Let's see what this is about. Damn, we're excluded. I wonder why that is. It passed. Nubia has captured Tenochtitlan. We must resist their aggression. Why was I excluded? The one thing I'm thinking was maybe I technically haven't discovered this tile, and it was just revealed to me when I sent a delegation to the Aztecs, or when I think we decided to reveal each other's capitals, but that's really disappointing. I'm not friends with Nubia or anything like that. But it looks like Trajan joined in on that, and the Maya did as well, so they're both at war with Nubia now. Well, that's too bad. Sometimes these emergencies are really difficult to get. Even if they happen, you're just not involved. You're not invited to the table. Like, you definitely have to discover all the cities involved. And I thought I was okay here, but for some reason I'm not. All right, now we got those diamonds, so we can sell those for a bunch of gold. And we're going to use that to purchase another settler. 725, we're really close here. Horses, and purchase the settler in Kageshwari, which is where we have our steward. I also am going to use my faith to purchase an amphitheater in the capital. This capital here is now a great person producing machine. We have the Oracle, which gives us +2 great people points, great person points from districts in this city. So that means instead of +1 great writer point from this theater square, we're getting +3. And then grants with the educator multiplies that by 100%. So +6. Every district in the city is just going to get +6 great people points just for the district. And then the amphitheater is multiplied by grants as well. So we will be getting lots of great people points once we get some districts here. Now we only have these 2 districts for now. The holy site, we're not getting any more great profits, but those great profit points are converted into faith, which will help us. Faith is great. But I definitely want food here. I want to maybe focus on food, in fact, to grow this city up. It's another reason that feudalism is so good, because feudalism will give us an extra food on our farms that are adjacent to other farms. So this area right here will be an excellent food producing region. Anshan is being demolished. We might be able to trigger an emergency there. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to military emergencies and city-state emergencies, for some reason they can't be triggered like at the same time or back to back. You have to wait a little while. So we might have to do that, but that's all right. All right, with all these cultural city-states, I want to get at least one envoy into as many of them, well, into all of them, really, because that'll increase the culture we get from amphitheater buildings. And we should get a lot of amphitheater buildings as we build our unique districts. But before I use the envoy I have, I would love to put in Diplomatic League to double it up. So I'm going to wait, be patient on that for next turn. All right, America, as always, just has these settlers wandering around, but hasn't been using them yet, probably because the loyalty from my own empire is too strong. Hopefully that stays the case, remains the case. Maybe I'll bring this settler down here, actually.
Εμείς ποιούμεν τη δύναμη και σκευοποιία και σκηνές και τη ποιήση και τη χάρη της.
I told you, Theodora, you would like the amount of culture I will have soon, and now I do finally have more culture than she does. That's only going to go up more and more. Trust me. Ooh! I'm glad I got the feudalism boost when I did. All those farms are damaged now, and we lost a population. That is not good. But we do get some compensation in that these tiles got better. Let's see, 7 tiles gained fertility, so that is very good. But yeah, we not only did we get some farms pillaged, but few of them just got completely removed. So in 4 turns, I'm going to be patient. 4 turns we'll have feudalism, we'll get serfdom, and then I'm going to get a bunch of builders to build up my entire empire. Okay, Byzantium's declared war on Mapuche. Very interesting. Also, Nashville looks like it's being damaged. I don't know who by. That's interesting. We'll keep an eye out on all these wars. See what happens. I am going to go now for Connoisseur. It's been too long. I should have gotten it probably when I got the science one, but now we have it. And as this city grows, so too will both our culture and science by quite a lot. Another gypsum quarry that we can sell immediately, right? Buying luxury tiles always pays for itself immediately by being able to sell that luxury. And finally, this builder arrived. We can construct a farm here in the mountains. That'll really help Lahana grow. Oop, there's a free builder here. Might as well steal that. And the barbarians, 2 charges on there. Mapuche sends me a delegation. Sure, I'll accept that. Who's Granada at war with? They're at war with Greece. Okay, because they are... no, they don't have any suzerains. Okay, interesting. Greece is trying to capture Granada. That is also good to know. We have unlocked military engineering, because we got the boost for it. Okay, lots going on. Let's see. The first thing is, we lost Kumasi, and we can't get it back immediately. We need to send a trade route there. Alright, that's not good. We can get a great person. We can get a Ovid, the only classical era great writer that'll be unlocked this game, because we are in the medieval era now. We've also unlocked Niter, and there is Niter there. That's great. And Niter underneath this diplo quarter. That's fine. Let's immediately get Ovid writing and keep those great works in the capital, because all this culture is multiplied by the educator's promotion. By the educator. Anshan's almost dead. Wow. Okay, in Lahana, we've got the aqueduct. I definitely want to put a dam over here, and then probably the industrial zone will go there. We put another aqueduct here, and this will be a pretty good area here. We can probably get another industrial zone in here as well. That looks pretty good. I like that. Now in Lahana, we've got lots of housing, lots of food. I'm going to just hard build a builder. Yeah, because we just want builders. I know I can purchase them with faith and gold right now, but there's lots of stuff to purchase with faith and gold. Like, for instance, I would like to get another settler out here. We can get with 405 faith. Ooh, libraries are cheap. Faith. Then I do actually want to unlock harbors, because I think a harbor would be good in this city. What other text do I want? I'd like to get to astronomy to build the Patala Palace for the diplo policy. So maybe we work towards that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, I'm going to pop this guard down while I can. Now that's a +6. It's 6 culture for faith. Now that the extra 2 culture, that is coming from this garden district, which I hadn't accounted for. I play with a mod, actually a pair of mods that changes the way that preserves work, and also adds the garden district as like a twin district. You'll see it here in the irrigation tech is the garden. Now this is kind of, they reworked the preserve to be more focused on faith and science, and the garden is culture and gold, and there are several other things that the districts now do, makes them more interesting and fun to play with. One thing that they both do, the garden and the preserve, is they provide major adjacency bonuses to theater squares, campuses, and I believe holy sites, so that if you place them among some districts, it's actually not that bad and could actually be very beneficial. Now, one thing to note here that is interesting is that we get the 2 culture, so it's 6 culture adjacency, but only 4 faith. I'm not sure if that's maybe a mod conflict with this being a modded theater square, or if something else is going on there. But either way, it's very good to be getting 6 culture and 4 faith from just the adjacency bonus on 1 district. We are going to need some food in this city of Hitauda. This could be some food over here. As could, maybe I just keep this sheep tile for now. I think this settler, I'd like to settle on the Plains Hills. Generally a good idea. Get some good tiles in the first ring. Maybe get down to this tobacco before Greece's new city expands to it. Ooh, we have barbarians coming for Kageshwari. I do have an archer nearby, so that's good. All right, our diplomatic quarter has finished. So now we're getting +1 diplo favor for each delegation sent to us by a foreign civilization. That's good. I think that's 2 now. And we got an extra envoy because we built it next to the city center. I think I want to get the consulate up and running in there as fast as possible as well. It does take quite a bit of production, unfortunately. We do have 2 envoys now, which means we can get Kumasi back. I am going to do that. Kumasi is a lot of culture at this point. And it will be only more as we get more trade routes. Now, looking at these rivers here, I have to figure out how and where I can put dams. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I can put a dam here. Or sorry, here. I can put a dam here. And maybe aqueduct there, industrial zone. Now that dam would be on the river of Gandaki, but that would mean I could still put one on the Sunkoshi River. Yes, so I think I can get 2 dams in this kind of system here. This looks like a pretty good industrial zone here. Could I get a dam there? I think I could. That looks very nice. I like this. I'm actually going to replace this farm I just built for another aqueduct. Let's do, while we're here looking at city planning, where else do I want to get stuff? I think I am going to replace this marsh with a campus. So that'll be quite good. Be 2 and then an additional one from the adjacent districts. I want I think I'll get an commercial hub here as well. This I might put an aqueduct there, I might not. I would like a commercial hub here. That'd be good.
Chance is all powerful.
Another crossbow. I have to be very careful with these scouts now. There are crossbows about. And let's found another city. We've stretched further down this way than I thought originally. Bharatapura. And we can get some dyes here. That'll be good. Okay, we got feudalism. And with that, serfdom. So let's, before I forget, let me put in Diplomatic League and serfdom. I think I'm going to keep urban planning and natural philosophy. That's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and get immediately, I guess I want to actually use my faith to get another settler here. Oh, but look at, yeah, I mean, look at those barbarians. That's rough. But yeah, let's get the settler, and then we'll use gold to get 2 builders. Can we get 2 builders? Yes, great. Now from feudalism, next thing we definitely want is monarchy, and then we'll probably stay in monarchy for maybe the rest of the game. Because monarchy gives us, it's excellent for diplo victories. It gives you 2 diplomatic favor for every Renaissance wall. That is a great way to just get tons and tons of diplomatic favor. You have to invest quite a bit in walls, but you know, if you're going for diplo victory, diplomatic favor is kind of your win condition. I mean, part of it. So it's worth doing. Let's see if I can't get open borders with Greece. We're actually on friendly terms with every civilization we've met, which is cool. I don't want to declare any friendships or alliances at this point. For alliances, you know, are good because they give you 1 diplo favor per turn for being an ally. But the downside is if you need to go to war, like let's say you're friends with a civ that then captures a city, and you want to liberate that city, join an emergency against them, you are locked out of doing that if they're your friend or ally. So generally you only want to become friends and allies with civs when you think they're real underdogs, that there's no chance they're going to invade anyone else and they are only at risk of being invaded themselves. So I do want to like pay attention to who's being ganged up on, who's the one doing the aggressing, and potentially become allies with the underdogs. There is some dyes. That is good. Looks like Byzantium is having a hard time getting a melee unit in there to capture Anshan. And Anshan might be reinforcing themselves. Oh no, that's a Genevan crossbowman. Can I get another builder here in Chandrag? Oh, I forgot about this builder just sitting here on the sugar. Let's make sure to improve that. Definitely, that's great. But I do also want to get another builder in this city. Great. And there's Mount Everest. Hey, that's Nepalese. That should be in Nepal's territory. It looks like Greece has it, and it gives all their religious units an additional charge. Alright. I'm not going to go to war for it. We've got big mountains too. Okay. Yeah, let's get into the capital or into the city center and attack. One thing I'm considering doing here is buying my unique support unit, the Kumari Devi. I need 2 more faith. But next turn, maybe I'll do that. Check it out. Alright, let's improve this niter. This should be a very good tile. Lovely, look at that. God of Craftsmen kicking in. And let's start repairing these tiles up here. Okay, haha. Looks like the barbarians took an American settler. That's fine, maybe I'll steal that without having to go to war with America. Okay, let's purchase this Kumari Devi. It's only 100 faith. We get 4 era score. Adjacent land military units gain a burst of great person points when defeating a military unit. I guess we're not going to defeat it this turn, unfortunately. But hopefully we can make some use of that. It only lives for 15 turns. So we need to use it while we can. Let's get this farm repaired. Beautiful. That'll feed this city for a while. Look at how many great writer points we're getting per turn. 10.3. That's with our Oracle grants, with Classical Republic all kicking in together. That's from 2 theater squares and an amphitheater. Brilliant. All right, now I can place a 3rd specialty district in Lahana, and this is a big choice. I would like to get an industrial zone down. I'd like to get a commercial hub. I also really want to just keep getting my Garhs. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'd also like to save my gold. No, actually, I'm going to get the industrial zone. Start getting some engineer points earlier rather than later. This will be a pretty good one here shortly. And in fact, I'm going to put this aqueduct down and get that locked in, the price locked in. We haven't unlocked dams yet. That's fine. In fact, we can chop it out a bit here. Get it even faster. Beautiful farm triangle there. Let's upgrade this slinger to a archer. There we go. All right, now we should be able to do it this turn. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to check. We are at 70.9 great writer points, and let's see, we are at 0 great engineer points, so that should be easy. Let's see what happens here. Get the kill. 4 great general points, 4 great engineer points, 4 merchant. Okay, 4 of everything. Looks like no admiral points because of the World Congress resolution. But that's awesome to see. So you get a tiny little bit of every single type. Really cool. That is a fun ability. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Pakal got Kilwa Kisiwani. Yeah, that wonder always goes with this. I have Roman Holidays AI mod, and the AI, of course, values Kilwa. Looks like Anshan is recovering. That's fine. Let's see if we can't get some more great people points. Also worth noting, we now have +2 from our Asal Hindustan ability. +2 combat strength, that is, since we're in the medieval era now. So just little passive combat strength bonuses. There we go, all those great people points. Beautiful. All right, now I'm going to start building some walls in some cities, just to be prepared so that we can get our walls for monarchy. They'll give us housing, but also to start leveling up towards Renaissance walls, where we'll get diplo favor from our walls. All right, and I'm going to chop out this forest here for Kalaya. That'll give us the aqueduct, and then I think I'm going to go immediately for the commercial hub. I need more trade routes. Let's just get more farms here. I want this city to grow big. Ooh, I saw a city. Oh yeah, Puel Mapu might fall to probably Byzantium? They're at war with Byzantium, right? Yeah. Greece finished Machu Picchu. That's fine. Don't think it would have done anything for my theater squares anyways. They're already getting that bonus. Mountains give adjacency. Alright, civil service. We can now declare alliances. I want to do that with... Oh! I was just talking about Puel Mapu. It no longer exists. Now, I think that means there can be no emergency against it, but wow, Paititi is now free to settle. That is insane. Okay, there's some drama. But yeah, as I was saying, alliances, I only want to declare with people that are getting conquered, not conquerors. But I don't see any reason to rush an alliance right now. I just want to keep all my options as open as possible. More food. Look at that beautiful food. There we go. That barbarian camp is finally cleared. And we can just clear out the stragglers now as well. Looks like we can't pass through here any further. That's fine. Alright, now let's see if we can't get another kill. Probably not this turn. With our Kumari Devi nearby. I put in Diplomatic League, but I'm really not getting any use out of it right now. I should put Charismatic Leader back in. That's for sure. Alright, let's get this kill and some more. Yep, more great people points. Beautiful. I guess this settler, it's just kind of stuck here. Should come up here in this peninsula. There's Sparta, finally. And they've got a prophet, but no great, or no holy site to use him at. Yerevan, all the way down here in the south. That's a very good religious city-state. Enables you to get any apostle promotion you want. Alright, we now have a third Garh up and running. Beautiful. And we can get another great writer. Excellent. There we go. We get the Enlightenment boosted. Let's get Geoffrey Chaucer writing in our capital. I'm going to build a lumber mill here. Get that boost for mass production. Also just a little bit more production per turn here in Kalaya. Alright, use this archer. We should be able to kill the skirmisher and get some more great people points. Yep, amazing. We don't even have an industrial zone yet. We're already at 16 great engineer points. Beautiful. And there is the barbarian encampment up here. And look at all this beautiful land to claim. One thing I want to do is I want to buy like these settlers here, but they're not settling because obviously there's so much population pressure, loyalty pressure. I'd like to buy a settler out here and probably just take the hit on the population so I don't have to walk a settler all the way over here. Okay, we got an industrial zone. Beautiful. Now let's just immediately get a workshop there.
At night, though.
And another tribal village out here. This forgotten point. The land just keeps going. Oh my gosh. It's insane. 8 lifespan on the Kumari Devi. Let's keep using it. Push our forces forward to finish off these barbarians. Where does this land end? It doesn't end. It just goes. This might be not a peninsula after all. This might be a land bridge between Nubia and my territory here. And these might be 2 different seas. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, this could actually be a decent site for a watermill. Just looking at it, watermills, they give you 1 food for each bonus resource improved by a farm in a city. We got 2, potentially 3, potentially 4 here. Potentially even 5 if we took this tile as well. I'm going to go for it. I want that city to grow. I want more districts as soon as possible. All right, where are we founding our city? I definitely want to found my city near Mount Vesuvius. I'd like to get as many cities in here as possible. So like we could get a coastal city here, and then another city over here. This would be the better one now. This one we can maybe get later. And then we can get another maybe down here in the desert or something. Another up here. Lots of territory up here. Unexplored, it seems like, given the tribal village. All right, we have unlocked Divine Right, which means we can now switch to the monarchy government, which I'll do immediately. Now, not only do we get this housing and diplomatic favor from walls, but we also get, this is a really powerful part, 50% influence points. Now, influence points are these points up here that determine how quickly you generate envoys. So getting city-states is really good, not only just for like diplomatic reasons, but also just envoys of city-states get you yields. They get you unique city-state abilities. It's just really powerful. So now we have a few more slots here. We can get some military policies in. I think I'm going to slot in limes because I do plan on building walls just generally. I guess discipline for the time being is fine. That'll help us clear out the barbarians slightly faster. And then we could put Republican Legacy back in to keep those amenities that we get. I'm not sure how much exactly it's doing for us. Let's just see what happens. When we slot that in, yeah, we're still at content, but we have a little bit extra housing. I don't know, maybe it's not actually worth it at this time. All right, next civic we want to get to is definitely medieval fairs. I want aesthetics. I want to see how that works with our Garhs. To bump up our culture like crazy. Finally finished the commercial hub in Gokarneshvara. Now we can get the market immediately. That would be really handy, because that's the main reason you build commercial hubs, is for the market, which gets you trade route capacity. I'm going to just go ahead and hard build a library here. We got lots of things to do with faith. Like, for instance, I have this great writer here and nowhere to put a great work, so I'm going to go into Kalaya and with Jesuit education purchase an amphitheater with faith, and then we can immediately get more culture. Okay, we're definitely going to need our man-at-arms on the front lines here. Let's bring them forward. All right, new tribal village. 60 faith, right? Oh, we lost our swordsman from Geneva. Is that worth getting him back just to clear out these, to get this tribal village? Probably not. We did what we needed to, which was get rid of the encampment. I'm not going to levy them immediately yet. The other thing we can now do is in Lahana, where we have our government plaza, we can start working on the foreign ministry. This is something I want to get. 3 diplo favor per turn. Leveraging city-states costs half the gold, and city-state units get 4 combat strength if you're their suzerain, including levied units. So I definitely want to do that. That'll enable us to, with our Kumasi, levy all these troops for cheap, and then use them more effectively to go liberating, which is what I hope to do this game. All right, let's get some more great people points from this Kumari Devi. Come on. And kill. Beautiful. General points. Engineer points. That's what I want to see. And we can keep moving this settler forward. I want to settle right here first. Bharatapura, I think what I want to do here is get an encampment. It's on my front lines, but I also want to get an encampment so that I can build the buildings in the encampment, which will improve the abilities of the combat strength of my Gurkhas when I finally buy them. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on an encampment here. It's going to take a while, but that's fine. I'm in no rush. Uh-oh. We have Oriental Orthodoxy coming into our territory. That's not good. That is the work ethic with the faith, but I don't want that. Now looking at the religions tab, we do have some new religions now finally. We have Pesajet from Nubia and Lutheranism in unknown players' territory. Each is only dominant in one city. Now that's kind of a neat thing. By having these kind of weak religions, also have a look at this city here. By having weak religions that are only dominant in one city, means they are at risk from a powerful religious player like Byzantium to convert their holy city, which would trigger a religious emergency, and that's something that I could get involved in. And that as well, I think, gives you 6 diplomatic victory points with this mod enabled. So I'm going to keep an eye on that as well. All right, in Chandragiri, I think it's Chandra with the ch sound. We now have 7 pop, so I am going to place down this Garh, get that locked in, and then immediately go in and purchase a settler. So that brings the population back down to 6, but we already locked in the district. That's great. And I'm going to keep working on the aqueduct, actually. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The Garh is more important. All right, how are we doing on Kumari Devi time? We've got 5 lifespan left. Let's see if we can't get one more kill. Though our man-at-arms is looking a bit rough. Whoa! Baroa Mapu was just conquered and kept by Byzantium. That's big. Now that is an emergency-worthy offense. They've also declared war on Kabul. Okay, that's gone. That's fine. Okay, hold up. Wow, look at those tile yields. Okay, so many things going on. Byzantium conquered a Mapuche city. Now that should be something that I will be able to declare an emergency for. However, this emergency has to resolve, or there has to be a certain amount of time until this emergency, its era is over before another emergency can be called. But hopefully we can get involved in that one. Go to war with Byzantium, who has a big military, and liberate Baroa Mapu. That would be really cool. They've also declared war on Kabul. If they capture that, that also could be an emergency. Okay, our capital is finally at 7 population, which means I am going to go for, I'm going to get a campus here. I mean to get a campus for ages. This is my educator city, so the science will be multiplied, and it'll be excellent. Oh, special session anyways. Waiting for other players, what the hell? I hate being excluded like this. My whole goal is... Okay, I honestly have no idea why I wasn't allowed to partake in that one. I discovered this city. That makes no sense to me. I am not party to this emergency. Now we have 2 liberation emergencies going on, and I can't join either one. What am I missing? If anyone knows why I wasn't able to join that emergency, I would love to hear it. We might have to change our plans here because we can't join any of these emergencies. I will look that up, but I thought I knew all the rules. Like, I know you have to know this, have seen the city. I haven't really had this problem before, like with my other games where I've played with this mod. Like, to some extent, a little bit, but usually I can get involved in the emergencies no problem. Okay. Moving on. Another doesn't exist. Ooh, food from pasture improvement would be nice. Alright, can we get another kill here? Yep. I'm really happy about this Kumari Devi. It's working great, though. Look at that. Ah, we also now have access to aesthetics. Beautiful. Yeah, let's pop that in for sure. Got a new governor title. Maybe we get the diplomat now to get some extra envoys, or the surveyor to get more build charges. I'm gonna go for the diplomat and slot her into Geneva. I'd really like to keep Geneva. Wow, Byzantium's just moving forward, looks like. That's cool. Got another great writer, there's Rumi. So I should have mentioned this a long time ago, I have Sumus Magnus mod installed. That is a mod that just adds a bunch of new great people. So Averroes is here for the medieval era great scientist, which gives you 1 science and 2 faith for great works of writing during Golden Ages. That seems to apply to me. That's pretty cool. I'm going to have a lot of great works of writing. I already have quite a few, and I'm in a Golden Age. So maybe next turn. Alright, Kumari Devi has 1 turn left. Can we get another kill? I think we can. Great. I think that was worth it. And that gave us actually the great people points we needed for Averroes. So let's do that. Beautiful. And here we go. Let's get this city here, finally. This valley is now full. I love it. And in this city, even though it's not adjacent to fresh water, it is adjacent to a mountain. So it starts with 3 instead of 2 housing. And then I want to get this tile to put, I'm going to just buy it immediately. A campus down there. Yes. We'll come here and chop that out to get the campus. But first, let's get a granary, and we also are going to want an aqueduct here. This would be an amazing, oh yeah, let's get the aqueduct there, and then we can put another industrial zone there. That'll be really nice. Let's get another settler here with faith while we can. Oh! America finally did it! They settled San Antonio, and they're not going to have it very long. That's a city for us, I suppose. That's fine with me. I'll take that city. Alright, we got stirrups. Let's get celestial navigation, which will enable us to build a harbor. Stirrups means that these tiles are now even better. 1 extra food on the pasture. Like to see that. And let's trigger Averroes. Now, if we look here, yep, we're getting 1 science and 2 faith from each of these great works of writing. Beautiful. Here's another great work of writing. That is amazing. All right, our Kumari Devi has disappeared. But that's fine. We basically finished everyone off, so worked well.
Εμείς ποιούμε τη δύναμη.
Theodora, why do you like me? I want to be at war with you. I want to take this city. Oh man, they just raised yet another Mapuche city. This is an insane game that I'm just being left out of. With all the conquest going on in the background. Alright, we can settle this city now. We get a bunch of air score from being next to Mount Vesuvius. Lalitapura. Beautiful tile there. Lots of housing. And hostile barbarian camp is cleared. More air score. How are we doing on air score, by the way? We need quite a bit more in order to get a golden age. We need, we're 86 out of 103. All right, let's clear this stone and then pop down the campus immediately. Lovely. I should also get a city up here to claim these resources. Even though the yields are terrible. It's low priority. But the luxuries would be valuable for the amenities and the gold I could get from selling them. All right, let's work towards buttress. Want to be able to get dams down. Another major flood. Lots of fertilized tiles, but not that many damaged tiles. We did lose a population, though. Oh, and that's over in Kalaya. That's fine. All right, I would like to try building Patala Palace. It takes a long time, but maybe we can get a great engineer that'll help boost it along. I don't have much else to be building right now in Gorkha other than military. I'm going to go ahead and try for it. It will take a while. Alright, we have the diplomat now in Geneva. That's great. Next thing I'd like would probably be... Yeah, let's go ahead and get the surveyor so that we can get some better builders. I am actually building a builder in this city here. Why don't I can almost get another settler. Once I get another settler out of here, then I'll swap my governors around. Try and do this as efficiently as possible. Okay, we have some envoys now, so I'm going to pop in Diplomatic League and then go here and just start working on a couple of these cultural city-states. So that'll give me 2 in each of those. This should really improve the amount of culture we get from the amphitheater. And look at that. Now also look at the adjacency bonus of our Garh. So it looks like, yeah, the aesthetics policy card that doubles adjacency bonus affects the culture, but not the faith. But that's fine. That is an amazing theater square. Look, we're above 100 science and 100 culture per turn now. At turn 120. That's quite good. Do you have both of those at this point? Alright, so we should be able to now purchase a settler here. Beautiful. And then if we move the surveyor over to this city, it'll be in place by the time that that builder is ready. And then the steward can come over to this side, because I do plan on building some more cities in this eastern and northern region. So that'll be great. We'll purchase our settlers from there. How's Kabul doing? Not great. It is about to fall, looks like. Okay. Hopefully we can get some emergencies going here. Looks like the altar of sacrifices fell to Nubia. Interesting. This city is technically losing loyalty. I feel like it should be alright here in a minute. It just needs to grow a bit. These cities need to grow. And we are losing our religion. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. We're going to have to fight that a little bit. Can I get a missionary? No, I can't. Not yet. I don't want to spend faith on religious units, but I might have to. Well, I guess I don't have to. But I don't want to let my empire be converted. Man, they still think I have a small empire. Really, Rome? I guess Rome has been expanding like crazy. Look at that. They're doing really well. Taking advantage of the lack of the vacuum where the Aztecs were. Both Rome and Nubia are. Okay. Second World Congress. I would like more grievances for who is hated in the world. And who is well known? They have to be known by many. Everyone hates Byzantium. Although more people know about Greece. But let's go extra grievances towards Byzantium. And I'll put, let's see, we have a little bit of Diplo favor. Put a couple of votes into there. And more combat strength for melee units. That usually goes through. Let's see if we do 3 in each, if that'll work. And it looks like both went through. That's excellent. So there's 2 diplomatic victory points for us. Kabul has been defeated. And they've been wiped from the map. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Anshan is still at war with Byzantium, but they fully recovered, it looks like. Byzantium might even still be pushing into Mapuche land. Wow. San Antonio has flipped independent, and we will be taking control of it very shortly. I'd like to go now for siege tactics, and that way we can start building up some Renaissance walls for the diplomatic favor. Okay, we finished the foreign ministry, so now levying city-state troops is very advantageous. We can make use of them. I'm going to go ahead and build the library. We don't have our religion here anymore, so unless we convert with a religious unit, we're not going to be able to use Jesuit education to buy campus buildings. And then let's go ahead and give the surveyor zoning commissioner. Should help in this city. We don't have any, we only have 1 district so far. Got another mine. We do have buttress now. I can go ahead and plop down, let's see, let's plop down this dam here. That'll be really nice when we get that going. And also this one in this city. I'll just plop it there, but keep going with Potala Palace. Same thing for this city. Great. I would like to get a builder here. I'm going to go ahead and just buy one. All right. Yeah, no one managed to recapture Tenochtitlan. That's kind of expected. Fortunately, I was not invited to the party. I'm not bitter about it at all. Here in Gokar, Nishvara, let's get the Garh going. Now, it looks like the Garh actually is not affected by the government plaza. That's unfortunate. That's strange for a unique district. But I still think this is the best spot for it, so I'm going to put it there anyway. Looks like this government plaza isn't really doing anything adjacency-wise. Now, what am I doing with this settler? Am I bringing 2 settlers over here? This land, there's a lot of it, but it's not that great. It's actually the ocean that has all kinds of resources in it. Maybe I do just want to keep this one nearby and settle kind of into the coast. Yeah, it's just a lot of flat land out here. Yeah, I'm actually just going to keep it here and settle on the coast here, on this like little point. Wow, I just realized that there's 2 volcanoes right here, including Mount Vesuvius. This is going to be a fool's errand trying to keep this mine repaired. We have 7 turns, by the way, until the Renaissance era. And another World Congress resolution. Why do I feel like I'm going to be left out of this one as well? I've never gotten the option up here to call a World Congress resolution. Or a World Congress session or whatever. Huh, I might just be like bugged out of them in this game. I hope that's not the case, but I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Hey! Oh, it's a freaking natural disaster. We'll still do that. I think these now give 4 diplomatic victory points if you succeed them. The aid requests. Well, it passed? Sure. Not as exciting, nearly as exciting as an actual emergency, but I'll take it. So yeah, if you get gold tier, if you get the most points, you get 2 Diplo victory points and 2 Diplo victory from silver tier. So yeah, 4. That's good. That's fine. We will. Oh my gosh, we're the only members of the emergency, or of the. We're guaranteed this. We can go in and brilliant gameplay right here. You go in, you say, "Hey, Emanator, you want a gold?" No, they don't want gold. Do you want, let's see, 10 gold? 10 gold? Yes. I'm very generous. There you go. And because we are the only one competing in this aid request, we will guaranteed win that. So long as we don't go to war with her or anything in the next 30 turns. Alright, let's get this niter improved here. This is going to be a brilliant city. Ooh, more niter in this floodplain here. That'll be a good spot to settle. Yeah. Right on the edge of what looks like Nubia's kind of cultural influence, loyalty pressure. Yeah, I had no idea that all this land was here. I just assumed it. At first, I just thought it kind of cut off there, and then I saw this little bit of peninsula. I was like, okay, little peninsula, we can maybe settle a city on. And then it just kept going, and the end of the peninsula never came. But it does mean we have a kind of direct route now over to the west, which is interesting. Got a great writer. Okay, one thing to note. As I said, yeah, we have 5 turns to medieval era, and we are currently lined up for a dark age. In order to get a golden age, we need 13, 14, 15 era score. That is quite a lot. It might be doable if I really think about it. If I sell a lot of stuff, get gold, it might be doable. But I guess this is likely going to be the end of the monumentality era. I should make sure to use it as well as I can while I have it. Let's see, we have this surveyor in now, so let's go ahead and buy a builder, another builder. Katamadao. There we go, another city. And we can get a harbor going in this city. +4, perfect. That'll do. First harbor. And this is all Congo Craton. Yeah, Congo Craton is this massive continent. And then we are on Little Amasia and tiny little Rodinia. And then down here's America and Nuna. Where is this last player? I was looking, and the only player it looks like that's met them is Maya. Even Nubia, last I checked, have not met them yet. Yeah. Rome? Rome has met them. Okay, Rome has met them. So they're somewhere probably down here. I'm trying to bring a scout here to explore. Maybe there's another little jettison of land. Whoa. Okay. Honestly, getting a Dark Age wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. That would enable us to then get a heroic age in the following era if we get a golden age following that. But that would mean kind of avoiding a single era score for the next 4 turns. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Let's get another harbor here. Great. And for this city, where do we want to get the Garh? Not great spots for the Garh, honestly. Industrial zone. I think we do want an industrial zone here. Let's do a little bit of planning. Industrial zone there. Get another mine there, and an aqueduct. And then we can do a commercial hub, a Garh. Yeah, this will work. Something else here. Let's go ahead and get the commercial hub. I need more trade routes. Oh, I have trade route capacity now. I've built some markets. I need to use that. I can buy traders with faith. So let's go ahead and do that in the capital. I want this to be, I guess, a trade hub. We still have Kumasi, right? Yes, we still have Kumasi. Let's use that. It's been just kind of sitting there for too long. Well, I am going to trade this tile here to my capital to get the Temenanki buffs, bonuses. And look at how much food we're now getting in the city. It's brilliant. Maybe I will turn off the food focus. Actually do a bit of a production focus now that we are trying to build a wonder there. Hey, a new city-state. Gazukamu. They want a great artist, sure. Alright, I've decided I'm not going to even make an attempt for a golden age. It's just going to be so much era score. Instead, I'm just going to use my golden faith to try and make use of monumentality now while I have it. Wow, settlers are still expensive though, even with monumentality. We'll get another settler next turn. Can we get one with faith? Almost. Hopefully we can get 2 more settlers before the end of this era. I don't know if that'll be possible. Okay, we got a new Garh. Alright, and trade routes from our capital to city-states. 6 gold, 2 science, 6 culture. Great. Let's do another one. There we go. Beautiful tiles here at Mount Vesuvius. That is gorgeous. Hey, another meteor. Alright, there is another natural wonder. That gives us at least the normal age, which is fine. I wasn't going to try and save up for like the dark age and to get the heroic age, but this is fine. This is. I'd like to get a medieval era engineer, but Yisheng is just not good enough. I was hoping to get one that gives like wonder production. We might have to go buy it though, just so that another one comes up. Another medieval era engineer pops up before we go into the Renaissance era. I don't know. All right, we still have Diplomatic League in, so I'm going to go ahead and pop an envoy into Kagwana to get 2 there. And then I think I'm going to just save this last envoy. We've been able to just expand with settlers this game like crazy. There's just so much land. Way more than I expected. Very different from my last game, where we were so crammed in. And there we go. There's a knight from outer space. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Whoa, this city is really losing loyalty. -7? Rebellion in 4 turns? We need to get a governor in there immediately. That's from not following my religion. Alright, 1 turn until the end of the medieval era. Oh, there's the last civ. And it's a familiar face. Chengamire Dombo of the Rosvi Empire. That is the leader I played, the modded civ I played last series and had a great time with. And I forced them to appear in this game. That's something I like to do. I take the leader I played with most recently and put them in as a guaranteed AI. And I just keep waiting this whole game for them to show up, and they're the very last civ we meet. So happy to see them. A new force has appeared on the Zimbabwean plateau. You will respect my authority. I, Changamire Dombo, rule Butua now. It is an honor to meet you. Butua, once a vassal before the Mwenewe Mutupa, will shower you in gold should you come visit, although I expect a mutual exchange, of course. Yeah, let's see their capital. Alright, here they are, Danangombe. Looks like they've had, very different start than I had with my game. Very peaceful with their neighbors, just growing big. And there's the unique infrastructure, the Stone Zimbabwe, giving them a bunch of food. We discovered their caravel here. Interesting. And with that, we have met every civilization in the world, getting us 5 era score. Oh, I could have... Well, actually, we still need 8 era score to get a golden age. This might be possible. I haven't purchased the settlers yet. Maybe. Hold up. We can definitely get 4 era score if we get our unique unit, the Gurkha. There we go. There's 4. And there they are, the Gurkha. Beautiful. We haven't done anything like get a horse unit or a naval unit yet. We buy like a galley. There's 2 from having our first naval unit. Now we only need 2 more. We have lots of gold. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy Bisheng. I was thinking about doing that anyway. And their Imhotep is now up and available. Maybe we'll be able to get them next era. 1 more. We need 1 more. We could levy Geneva as 270 gold. That's cheap. That is really cheap. We could get a horse unit. We have lots of horses. How much for a horse unit? 800 for a courser? We can't get horsemen anymore. We can definitely do this. I had completely abandoned the thought of a golden age, but that discovering Zimbabwe there saved our butts. And then where am I going to settle this city? I think I'm going to settle it here on the coast. Mahendranagara, to get these really nice God of Craftsmen niter mines. Holy, look at that. Look at that immediate tile to work. And we can get like a harbor here, and this will turn out all right. Okay, how do we get this last era score? I think, let's see, let's sell all our stuff. Now all we need to do is levy Geneva. Once again, levying Geneva gets us right to the limit, and we can go to the next turn, and we should be able to get another monumentality age, and then we can buy the settlers that we wanted to out here. But it would be nice having a third golden age in a row. And there we go. San Antonio falls to us. Nepali San Antonio, and we enter the Renaissance era in a beautiful golden age. And Pakal still enjoys that fact. Excellent. We will hold on to San Antonio. That is ours. And Pokhara. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. I forgot to do this. Okay, that's alright. Is that because... Yeah. Byzantium and America are both in golden ages. Everyone else is in a normal or dark age. Okay. I am really glad I got this golden age. Otherwise, that could have been very bad. We could have lost this city. But right now, it's only -1. And that should fix itself if we just get a little bit of growth going here. Bisheng actually wouldn't be bad in the capital, because I want to be getting as many districts as possible there. Another thing I should have done ages ago is, let me just do it quickly, is just purchase a ton of luxury resources from the AI. For cheap, we got the gold. Let's pay per turn. That should help our amenity situation a bit. We're still on just normal content cities, but that's fine. All right, that's enough for today. That was the medieval era. We're in the Renaissance now. And next episode, we will jump into the Renaissance era and maybe do a little bit of warfare. Hopefully get invited to some emergencies. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.